I just got through watching She-Hulk Attorney at Law episode 3, and I'm convinced that showrunner Jessica Gao has never interacted with another human being in her life. She doesn't seem to know how real people talk and act and behave, and it's just ridiculous. I guess her writer's room is much of the same as shit. You really can't do a good job when you're in your own bubble. People that love the smell of your farts as much as you do. You can't. You waste the opportunity. You know. I just saw a wasted opportunity. I couldn't believe it and shit. But I like the She-Hulk character. I like the character. I like the appearance of the character. But I don't have a problem with Tatiana. Whatever her name is that plays She-Hulk. I'm sorry, the chick from Black Orphan. I don't have a problem with her. But Miss Gal, you've never socially interacted. You're not the woman that She-Hulk is, and you don't have the wherewithal to find a woman, a female writer, that actually gets out and gets laid. Socially interacts with people of both sexes and whatnot. Not in her own microcosm and shit. Not chained by her own ideology of just stringent feminism. Now, I want to enjoy the She-Hulk character. I know you guys have an agenda and whatnot, but you don't just have to beat somebody in the face with it. Cause I feel like somebody threw a brick at me out of the screen of my laptop when I was watching this and shit. I would just like to have a decent show to watch. No matter what, if it was a sitcom on there, I would like to have a decent sitcom where I actually laughed at something, okay? I cringed in this episode. This was the most cringe episode, and it's going to result in more viewers jumping off your boat because you don't have the wherewithal to realize that you're limited in your writing ability when it comes to characters like this, like real characters, real world characters that is represented by this attorney who happens to be a Hulk. Right? I think the lead actress deserves better material. And, I know you wrote some shit for Rick and Morty and a bunch of cartoons and bullshit, okay? I'm not discounting that. Okay? But I'm just saying you have no social experience whatsoever, okay? I'm also a shut-in, interpersonally, I went and looked at your social media, and I just saw it. What I saw there confirmed that you're a nerd, okay? A nerd. In every sense of the word, okay? Not a geek, not any of this shit they've turned the word into, post, the emergence of comic book movies as pop culture and shit on the big time, okay? And, I want to put this in perspective. I was a nerd in high school, like a real nerd, okay? So, I'm talking to one of my tribe, and I'm telling you that you were not suited for the head writing position of the show because you didn't understand it and you didn't have the wherewithal to go out and talk to real women about their experiences and shit. Far be it for me to tell you how to run your fucking office, but you have no experience. You have no real life experience, and it reads on this character, and it's ruining this fucking character that I love. All right. I don't see She-Hulk as a derivative of Hulk. I see her as her own self-realized character and shit. I actually loved her when she joined the Fantastic Four. Replaced the Thing and shit. She fit like a glove. This character would not fit like a glove anywhere. And you just have her just reciting, talking points and shit instead of actually living and breathing and shit. Okay, the actress is more than capable of being this character. And there's so much you could do with this character to make her iconic and shit, in a way that, even, Robert Downey Jr. was when he played Iron Man. You could have had that moment, but you want to be cheap. All right? You cheaped out. You nerfed the character. You destroyed several characters. Okay? You destroyed the Wrecking Crew. That's a group of villains from Thor's, rogues gallery and shit. They're diverse, as a matter of fact. Already, you didn't have to race swap the guy with the wrecking ball. That was a black guy, by the way. I saw on your page that you had the little thing up there that says Asians for blacks, That's kind of offensive, by the way, and shit. That's kind of reads kind of racist. I'm just gonna put it out there. Race was that the Asians for blacks, you know, and then you race swap the black character and shit. And then they looked as shitty. They wasn't comic book accurate. You know how to wherewithal to get with it, okay? Then you had Kevin Feige's ear. Why would he give you the show? You could call him up and shit, and finagle some decent costumes for the wrecking crew. And look how you presented them, like in the alley of some pervert. And I have a problem with that, okay? Since I've watched from the 3 episodes that have premiered, you present men as knuckle draggers, okay? And they don't talk realistically. That's why I'm making this video, because you probably haven't been on a date. I don't want to call you a virgin or nothing, but you're a nerd. A nerd, Miss Gal. All right, men don't act like that, okay? All men don't act like that. The ones you see acting like that, they have a mental deficiency, and they need to be in a hospital. All right, the way you present men, and going back to the racial thing, I love how in the first episode the black dude was the one up front saying some stuff. Okay, we don't act like that. We're not hypersexual. Stop watching these hood movies and believing that's an accurate representation of us. You're probably a virgin, okay? You were never the woman that someone sent a drink to at a bar, okay? You were the wing woman, okay? You were the person that your much prettier friend had to find a date for, so that you could all go out in a group together and shit. With it being as awkward as minimally awkward as possible because of your presence and your ineptitude and shit. Alright? Probably dying for some attention. I can tell when I watch this show and listen to these characters talk. Not like shit. I look at the relationship of Jennifer Walters and her paralegal. Her name escapes me. The character's name escapes me. It's problematic and shit. She's just a mindless booster. She never has her own opinion or is self-realized in any way. She just goes along with what old girl says and cheerleads it. Is that who you surround yourself with? Hey, don't worry. There's no consequences, okay? You're going to ruin this character. You already have if you shot every episode. You and the women that you hired to shoot these episodes. It's sexist, okay? You want to be a better feminist and shit? Stop being so goddamn sexist. Alright? How about some diversity behind the camera, okay? We need some male directors back there. Okay? Obviously, you need an action director. And look what you did to Titania. That's another woman of color. You hired that woman of color. She was originally a redhead. Why did you change her from being a redhead and a danger? She's as dangerous as the Hulk and the Abomination as your title character would be. But you made her a derivative and put on a bad Peg Bundy cosplay on this woman. And I read that woman went and learned jujitsu and self-defense and everything, and none of that came into play. Okay? And I'm just tired of your chintzy production. No one thinks this is cool. Alright, stop listening. Get out of your bubble. Take a pen out and bust your own bubble and go outside and live. Do not take your current friend circle. Go somewhere. Just go to a public area and sit there and soak it up and see if anyone comes near you or talks to you. Alright? If they don't, then you know who you are. You're a nerd. You have no life experience and you're ruining this character. And I don't appreciate it because I was a real nerd. Back in the day, I used to read comics when nobody thought shit about comics, and I enjoyed these comics. I enjoyed She-Hulk's run as drawn by John Byrne and shit, later in the Fantastic Four. He loved his own character so much that he took her with him to the Fantastic Four, and she became even more iconic and shit before, the later stuff where, a lot of you guys came in and just ruined her. Just ruined the character with your own ideology. Because you have issues that you don't want to go get individual counseling for. I'm disappointed. Okay, it's only 3 episodes. I don't know if I could take any more, especially after seeing Meg Thee Stallion on there for some reason. In a cameo. Did you really have to make her twerk? Don't you look over here in our community? We are tired of looking at that. Okay, we are tired of looking at our women shaking their asses in whatever condition it's in. That's all we see. It's not cool, okay? I know you're a nerd. You don't have no life experience. It's not cool. Megan Stallion is a niche person, okay, in her industry. She's a very niche person. She appeals to a very small group of people. And the people outside of her sphere, they don't understand her, okay? But we understand her. She's right on the middle, okay? Mostly, a lot of people really don't like her, okay? Now, I didn't need to see her in the MCU. She wasn't playing any character. She's not an actress, and she's embroiled in a bunch of lawsuits right now that might not go the way they intended. So how's that going to read? Is that this third episode going to have any kind of rewatchability? I doubt it. And it's going to make people run away from the shit, because I'm running away from the shit. Miss Gal, you're doing a bad job. Or you've already done a bad job and shit, which is regrettable. And you and the other people down there at Disney who have your ideology, who are in their own bubble, with a bunch of people trapped in there with you because you're the head, you're the showrunner and shit. They gotta smell your farts and shit. I don't want to smell your fucking farts and shit. But I'm human enough to tell you, please get out and see the world, okay? Travel around, meet people and shit. Not your friends group, okay? Not your enablers, okay? You need a real human experience because you don't understand real life.